Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is John Sechwalik. At the end of my briefing today, you will know the basic concept of education, enforcement, and engineering. You will know how code is enforced in my county. You will also know how my county applies code to new and existing occupancies. You will know the types of tests that are used to determine the fire ratings in the certain building materials and components in my county. You will be able to identify the characteristics of unsafe structures and safety hazards. The last thing is you will know how plans, review, and structural control as a means of fire protection can improve the safety of unsafe structures. The basic concepts of education enforcement engineering. One is to help the approach to risk reduction. Fire prevention have inclusive approach in the use of community risk reduction model, the CRR. Community risk reduction, the CRR, is a local level commitment to develop internal and external partnerships with the community and implement program initiatives and services that promote the integrated approach and risk of injury and loss. This is through education and engineering and emergency response. 3. The CRR's purpose is to reduce the hazards and mitigate risk within any given community. The CRR's two basic functions are to identify the fire risk in the response area and prioritize the risks to be addressed by the CRR process. The CRR process involves citizens, communities, organizations, community leaders, business, government service, advocacy groups, schools, and public health agencies. The code enforcement. Code enforcement is handled by many county building and licensing department, the county sheriff department, and the fire marshal. The building and licensing department enforces construction codes, including those related to building, plumbing, gas, electrical, and mechanical systems. They also handle permits, constructions, demolitions, and relocation, as well as business license and safety inspections. The county sheriff department is authorized to enforce all county code and ordinances violations, including nuisances, emergency management, and other areas. They ensure compliance throughout the county. They do this with dedicated code enforcement units. The fire marshal is responsible for enforcing fire prevention codes and investigating fires. They inspect all construction work for fire code compliance at various stages of the work. The fire marshal reviews all plans and issues permits in new construction. In my county, they are attached to the fire department. The types of tests. Types of tests that are done in my county are determined fire-resistant ratings on building components and materials are the ASTM E119 and the UL 263. They test the duration of time and the materials or assembly can maintain structural integrity while on fire. This can give them the fire rating, which is expressed in hours. You got 1 hour to 2 hours. This is determined on the performance of the assembly during the test. Some of the structural issues you have is cracks. You got cracks in walls, ceilings, and foundations. This can indicate a structural stress instability. 2, you got sagging. Visible sagging in roofs, floors, or walls. This suggests structural failure. 3, rotting decay. Damaged or decayed wood, often of moistures or pests. This can compromise structural integrity. 4. Collapse. Partial collapse roofs, walls, or ceilings. These indicators of an unsafe structure. 5. Foundation issues. Settling or shifting foundations can lead structural problems. A list of other safety hazards are inadequate fire protection, electrical hazards, water damage, unsecure entry, missing or damaged siding or roofing, lack of maintenance, and overcrowding. The use of plan review as a means of fire protection prevention can help you identify and reduce some of these risks. Code are put in place to prevent employees and non-workers from getting injured. Remember, safety should always come first. The reference that I have used for this is an ebook, Robertson, J.C. and Love, M. 2014, Robertson, Introduction to Fire Prevention, 8th edition. It is published by Pearson Education. The link to it is https://onlinevitalsource.com books/9780133848960. This is the end of my video and my class. Thank you and have a nice day.